Welcome to this edition of Collier Focus. On today's show, we'll take a look at the Board of County Commissioners meeting. Proposed development Hacienda Lakes clears several zoning and growth management plan hurdles. And Ambitrans is granted a COPCN to provide interfacility non-emergency ambulance transport. I'm Troy Miller. We'll cover these stories and more next on Collier Focus. Stay tuned.
Whether reporting on the latest news stories or hot issues, taking a look at county government services, or announcing what's happening around the county, this is Collier Focus, bringing government home.
At the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, the board approved a zoning change and an amendment to the growth management plan that will help clear the way for the proposed Hacienda Lakes development. The development, which will be located on the east side of Collier Boulevard at the intersection of Rattlesnake Hammock Road, will allow for retail space, professional and medical space, and a maximum of 1,760 residential units. The proposed Hacienda Lakes development has other planning issues and procedures to go through before construction can begin. The development will not infringe upon the Swamp Buggy grounds or the Sheriff's Youth Deputy Ranch. Soliciting on public and private property was the topic as the board discussed public concern that unscrupulous groups posing as veterans are still operating in the county. Safety is also a major concern as many organizations stand in public roadways.
Soliciting in the roadways in Collier County today is inherently dangerous, whether it's by firefighters or anyone else. And I would like to evaluate the possibilities of moving those collection processes to safer venues.
The board voted 3-2 to direct the county manager to work with the county attorney to bring back to a future meeting an amendment to the county solicitation ordinance requiring organizations covered by the state solicitation law to properly identify themselves when soliciting in Collier County and to register with the county and provide proof of permission to solicit at specified businesses and private property locations. The county also plans to ask the state to audit the out-of-town veterans groups that have solicited for donations in Collier County. The board voted 4-1 to grant a Certificate of Public Conveyance and Necessity, or COPCN, to Ambitrans to provide non-emergency interfacility transport for hospital patients. Staff told the board that this service is needed to provide medical transport from hospital to hospital, hospital to home, or hospital to nursing homes. Ambitrans told the board that they could have their Collier County operation up and running by January.
This is a good thing for the citizens of Collier County. We have a hole, especially between transports between NCH facilities.
It is estimated that 590 transports handled by EMS each year will be handled by Ambitrans with an estimated net savings of $58,000 to the EMS budget. Commissioners voted unanimously to adopt a bond resolution authorizing the issuance of bonds not to exceed $100 million in order to refund a portion of the county's outstanding capital improvement revenue bonds. The refund would be accomplished with no new borrowing amounts and without extending the terms of the bonds. The interest rate savings would be about $140,000 and would also allow for the release of approximately 50% of the cash held in the Debt Services Reserve Fund, or $7.8 million. Some much-needed improvements to Taylor Road are on the way as the board approved a $1.5 million contract for the road work within the Pine Ridge Industrial Park MSTU to be paid for with MSTU funds. Director of Transportation Engineering Jay Ahmad explains what will be done on the mile-long project.
The project is to widen the lanes from 10 currently to 12-foot lanes and improve the drainage, reconstruct all the driveways along this 1 mile stretch of roadway. It's an MSCU, it's Municipal Services Taxing Unit District. That means people tax themselves and decided on this project as a priority for themselves. And now we're bringing it forward for construction. The board awarded the contract to Quality Enterprises, a local firm here in Naples, and we're excited about the start of construction soon.
The area will also see improved drainage on both sides of the road with improved swales, culverts, and piping. Construction will begin in a few months and should take no more than 6 months to complete. On the consent agenda, the board approved a bond referendum election for the Radio Road east of Santa Barbara Boulevard to the intersection of Radio Road and Davis Boulevard MSTU. The election will ask the voters of the MSTU if they approve of obtaining a $649,000 loan to finance landscaping and irrigation improvements in that MSTU. That ballot question will be on the ballot for residents of the MSTU on the presidential preference election, which will be held on January 31st, 2012. Also on the consent agenda, the commissioners approved a $262,000 contract for emergency dredging of Collier Bay. Coastal Zone Management's Gary McAlpin explains the scope of the project and why it's needed.
Collier Bay is a channel that leads into the city of Marco, and the city of Marco, through that channel you get about a third of the boating public from Marco Island go through that channel, and it's been shoaling in. Right now there's about 10,000 cubic yards of material that need to be replaced, removed from that channel, and it's shoaling in, and as the channel shoals in, it gets narrower, which makes the velocity through the channel increase, and there's been some concerns for the boating in that location there. So the board approved a contract for $262,000 so that we can go ahead and dredge that channel.
The project is slated to start in December. Well, it's time for a break. When we come back, Collier EMS gets a new life-saving tool that may reduce response times. Then the Marco Island and Isles of Capri firefighters get some new life-saving equipment from man's best friend. All of that and more when Collier Focus continues. Welcome back to Collier Focus. On Thursday, October 27th, at the Marco Island Dog Park, Marco Island and Isles of Capri firefighters received life-saving pet oxygen mask kits to save companion pets' lives. Invisible Fence of Southwest Florida donated 9 pet oxygen mask kits to the fire department.
What this is all about is Invisible Fence has a national program called Project Breathe. It's a program designed to supply the fire departments nationally with life-saving pet oxygen mask kits. We make donations. Year to date, nationally, there's been over 10,000 given. For us here locally, this will be our 23rd kit that's been given to a variety of 4 different fire departments. Today we wanted to make sure that the Isles of Capri and the city of Marco Island had the kits on all of their trucks because they really can save lives. Each kit has 3 oxygen masks in it, in a small, medium, and large. They can be used to resuscitate in the event of fire for dogs, cats, any companion animal. They can be used for heat exhaustion, for a variety of other issues if a dog is in distress.
Now with Invisible Fence, what they donated to us, it'll help us greatly because the mask is designed for a dog to fit over the snout. So it'll help out a lot. Also, we are putting it on our fireboat, so we have residents on Keewatin Island that have pets also.
More than 10,000 pet oxygen masks have been given to fire stations all over the U.S. and Canada under the Project Breathe program, and a reported 50-plus pets have been saved by the donated mask so far. Locally, a total of 23 kits have been donated by Invisible Fence of Southwest Florida, with future donations planned. Collier County's Solid Waste Management and Parks and Recreation Department are teaming up to make recycling easier for the recreating public. A pilot program initiated in September placed recycling containers next to waste containers in Sugden Regional Park, Eagle Lakes Community Park, Cocohatchee River Park, Marco Island South Beach Access, and Immokalee Community Park. The concrete containers have yellow lids and are clearly marked with a stylized version of the familiar Chasing Arrows recycling logo. The yellow lids mimic the yellow tops of the recycling containers used in the residential curbside collection program, making them easily recognizable as being for recyclable materials only and not garbage. The recycling containers in the parks may be used to dispose of the following recyclable materials: aluminum and steel/tin food and beverage containers, clear, green, and brown glass bottles and jars, plastics labeled with the numbers 1 through 7, clean newspaper, catalogs and magazines, cardboard boxes, and packaging boxes as well. On Thursday, October 20th, Collier County government hosted Commuter Services Day at the county's main complex. The event kicks off the Commuter Services program in Collier, which is designed to reduce the amount of vehicular traffic by encouraging carpooling, the use of mass transit, and bicycling, among other alternatives. Each FDOT-sponsored program has a local ambassador, and in Collier County, it's Commission Chairman Fred Coyle.
Well, it's a rally for alternative transportation modes. During times of economic difficulty, it's entirely appropriate that Collier County government, supported by the Florida Department of Transportation, provide the leadership to evaluate alternative transportation modes. And we've had a great turnout here today, and we're very happy with the results, particularly with the weather.
The Commuter Services Program is also designed to help the environment by reducing carbon emissions. By registering for the program, you can get helpful tips on your personal alternatives to driving to work each day. To find out more, you can call them at 1-866-585-RIDE or visit them on the web at commuterservicesflorida.com. Collier County EMS has another tool that is already proving to be another big success. EMS ambulances are now using tablets to receive dispatch information. The 7-inch tablet receives the information instantly, and although it has only been in use for a few months, it is already showing great potential in helping to save lives.
It's actually an advantage because we're getting it as soon as they get into their system. As soon as the calls come in, the dispatcher is plugging in all the information. We're already transmitted all that information immediately. What you normally would get in a radio traffic is the address and the nature of the call. And what we get on the actual tablet is the same information, and then we could go into more of the notes of what the dispatcher is talking to the patient about. You know, if he says that, you know, I got worse, or I'm getting better, or I'm over here, make sure you use the back door. We'll have all that in our tablets, and we'll be able to go into the CAD system and see the notes and get all that information.
The EMS department is field testing the tablets to be used for medical information, protocols, translation services, and vehicle extraction. On Monday, October 24th, Commissioner Donna Fiala hosted a District 1 Town Hall meeting at the South Regional Library. The event featured Commissioner Fiala, State Representative Kathleen Pasadomo, and Sheriff Kevin Rambosk. All made opening remarks and then fielded questions from the audience.
I want to talk just a little bit about Eagle Lakes Community Park. That's the park right next door to Naples Manor and Whistler's Cove. You know, it's a huge park. It's a wonderful park. It has a lot of nice ball fields, and it is the most utilized park in the entire Collier County park system, and that's something to note. The only thing to note is it's also the only community park in the park system that has no community center. So there's no person on duty any day of the week. If a kid gets hit in the head with the ball or falls off a swing, there's nobody to go to because there's nobody stationed there. They can't station anybody there because they have no community center. On top of that, they can't hold any summer programs for the children when they're out of school. Keep them safe and active because they don't have a community center. I'm pushing very hard to get that community center. It's not an easy job, but I don't plan on giving up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to have that community center. These kids need a place to go, and I'm not going to give up till it's there. Right.
If you want to see the entire meeting, you can see it on our online video archive by going to our website at colliergov.net. Now let's take a look at some of the upcoming Collier County government meetings. The following meetings are all held in the board meeting room on the third floor of the main administration building, 3299 Tamiami Trail East, at the Collier County Government Center, unless otherwise indicated. On Thursday, October 3rd at 9 a.m., the Collier County Planning Commission will meet. And on Tuesday, November 8th at 9 a.m., the Board of County Commissioners will meet in regular session. For more information on Collier County government or to inquire about other meetings that have been scheduled since the taping of this program, contact the Communication and Customer Relations Department at 252-8383 or via email troymiller@colliergov.net. You can also click on our website at colliergov.net for more information. Now, let's take a look at some of the many fun and interesting programs being offered through the Collier County Parks and Recreation Department. After School Adventures offers parents a safe and fun environment for their children when school is not in session. The program is for children from ages 5 to 12 and runs weekdays from 2:40 p.m. to 6 p.m. from January 2nd to June 2nd. The program is available in East Naples, Immokalee, Max Hass, Veterans, and Vineyards Community Parks, and the Golden Gate Community Center. For more information, call 252-4000. The Golden Gate Aquatic Facility offers youth aquatic lessons for children in 5 different levels based on their current abilities. There are several options for dates and times, so if you want more information on schedules and costs, call the Golden Gate Aquatic Facility at 353-7128. If you have arthritis and are looking for a low or no impact exercise, then the Golden Gate Aquatic Facility has the answer for you. Instructors for these classes are all trained by the Arthritis Foundation, and the exercises are specifically designed to give you a good workout with little or no joint impact. Classes are Fridays and Tuesdays from 11 a.m. until noon and are $5 each. If you want more information on the arthritis exercise class, call the Golden Gate Aquatic Facility at 353-7128. If you are interested in quilting, then the Naples Quilting Club is the place for you. They meet every Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the East Naples Community Park, and the cost is free. If you feel like trying the tango, then sign up for ballroom dancing classes. This course will introduce and review a new dance each week, including the foxtrot, the tango, the rumba, and swing dancing. So put on your dancing shoes and meet at East Naples Community Park on Fridays from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The cost is $5 per class. Learn how to be the best babysitter at Babysitting Boot Camp. The course is designed to teach all the basics in babysitting, including CPR and first aid training. Participants must be 11 years old and must attend all classes. For more information and costs, call 252-4000. If you're having trouble controlling your canine, then basic dog obedience may be just what you need. Using consistency, repetition, and positive reinforcement, this course helps owners learn how to communicate with their trusted companions. You will also learn handling skills, basic obedience, cues, and verbal commands. Basic dog obedience is for dogs 4 months to 10 years old. The class meets on Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. at Veterans Community Park. For cost information, call 252-4000. There's a whole lot more to do in Collier County, not mentioned here on Collier Focus. For information regarding the location of county parks and other activities, contact the Parks and Recreation Department at 252-4000 or the Collier County Communication and Customer Relations Office at 252-8848. That's all the time we have on this edition of Collier Focus. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.